Well, hello, all of you ladies and gentlemen. Here's SharenD, and as I promised for a while now, I'm doing this video per request of. One of the things is this. I'm going to go ahead and share this on over to my personal page, and I'm going to share it to the VIP because the VIP, they get everything. They get everything. That's part of the deal of being a VIP. And if you are not a VIP, just ask me how to do that. No problem at all. Get you hooked up so that you too can get all of the information on time at first when it first hits the stands, so to speak. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and send this on over to them if I can find it. And why can't I find it? Can't find it. I am on, let me see, where am I? Starting to wonder, where am I? Where am I broadcasting? Well, I'm not broadcasting on Sharon's, oh wow, I'm not. So let me share it to my personal, gosh, that's kind of odd. I never do it that way. I must not have been paying attention. But we'll get that together because this is a really serious topic. A lot of women deal with that, and there's ways of making it not such a big stress in your life, such as, first of all, knowing what's the cause. Okay. Hi, Ivy. I see you there. So I'm going to share to. Oh, no, not only me. Go back. Not just me. I want everybody to see it. To share on my page on Sharon's lipstick therapy, and then we will get going. Okay. So here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. Men deal with that as well. Would not be in the only company if it's just a few men. There's several men deal with that, and I get asked that question frequently. But here's the thing. You have to figure out what's the cause, okay? There are many causes, and you can have multiple causes on one poor little person. You can have heredity, but don't think that means you have to give up. You can have allergies. You can have discoloration that will come off as red, blue, which really is going to look kind of almost just dark brown or something, but it depends on your undertones as to what color the discoloration is going to take on. Yellowish, that's another one. So, but the primary ones are usually red, which and yellow. Now the reds, as I said, usually show up as a blue kind of color that you're seeing under here. Then after heredity and color discoloration, you also have age. I don't know if I should put that after because that could be the primary reason. As well as you're sometimes having shadowing. Now, here's the kicker, is you can have all of that. One person can have all of that. Heredity, aging, discoloration, and shadowing. Let's talk about the stuff that happens as a result of getting, let's say, like 35 and over. So at that point, this thing called collagen, which is a wonderful thing, it pumps up our face. It sort of gives it that definition to our face and the fullness and all of that. But as we get older, it gives up on us. Can you believe it? It gives up on us. And by doing that, it actually keeps us from being able to tell what's happening, because when the collagen starts to disappear and diminish, it increases what's called window defenders on the job. What's causing the shadowing to happen? Because here you have your brow bone, right? High and nice up there. And the collagen, if it was there, would, have that part of your face more plump and fuller. But as the collagen diminishes, then that brow bone starts leaving a shadow, and it can go down as far as here, because it's just a straight line down and there's nothing there pumping it up to keep it from being hollowed down. And that's basically what it is. That is from aging. It's also from like weight loss. It can also be from hormonal issues. But along with that, you can have discoloration. Now, how do you tell if it's discoloration or if it is just the loss of collagen and a shadow? Well, shadows will move. Okay, so if you have a light and you kind of look at that light and see which direction that shadow goes, if that shadow moves, if the coloration moves, if the darkness moves, it's a shadow. Okay, so there's some things and some tricks that I'm going to show you how to deal with the shadow. But if it is discoloration, fortunately enough, that is absolutely the easiest one to deal with. Why? Because think about art class and the color wheel. We know that certain colors cancel each other out. And on the color wheel, they're absolutely the opposite. So all you have to do is figure out what the coloration is, and usually it's going to be red or yellow, or blues, that kind of thing, which still is red. And you use the opposite color. Now, for instance, here we have this what's this called? Imperfection Corrector, lilac green and yellow. Now this one is going to work on a lot. Let me see how I can get it close enough so you can actually see the colors. See, yeah, you can see that really good. So you can see those three colors are going to be able to block out pretty much any of your imperfections on a lighter skinned person. But don't worry, don't fret yet. I have one also that is the medium, deep, and orange. And it covers up a lot of imperfection. Let me get it perfectly there. I've had women who have transferred over to this and they are just absolutely so happy. The main one would be the orange in terms of covering up like the blues and the dark colors that come about with deeper toned skin. Even very deep toned skin, you can use a red matte lipstick. Honestly, amazing that how well it works. So you're not going to put a lot on, but see, that's the thing. That's what I'm finding is that, as I started off saying, lighten it up, ladies, because what's happening, what I'm seeing is a lot of women are using way too much concealer, way too much primer, way too much of everything. We think as we get older that it requires more, but the reality is it requires less. So right now I'm sitting here exposing my dark circles, my discoloration, and a lot of mine is shadowing, and some mine is shadowing and discoloration. So you're going to see what I do with that. But you want to prepare your skin. So there's a tricky thing going on with our eyes. Our eyelids is the most oiliest area of our face. Okay, right? And underneath our eyes is the most driest area of our face. It has no moisture ducts. So Hydration, 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 as you hear me say often, is a major, major factor here. So hydrate that area separately. Make sure you're getting something that's a really good treatment for that. But I would like to even endorse and encourage you to take a look at some serums that will do the job for you. And what I have here, of course, you know, I am into the World Jelly thing. That's been a lifesaver for me for many, many, many years. And they have 3 separate serums. And the serums, because they are so fine and just liquidy, they're able to just really absorb into your skin fabulously. So we're talking about shadowing. That means, again, we've lost collagen. And to lose collagen, to increase it and have it turn over more quickly, you need vitamin A. And that is one of the things that you can get in a serum, is this vitamin A. Let me hide this thing here. There we go. I'm working with a different light system today. Vitamin A. It's pore minimizing serum, and it helps turn over the collagen so that it helps to produce itself faster. In addition to that, we have vitamin C serum, vitamin infused spot serum, and it has vitamin C. Let me see, that was from this side. I need to block. Yeah, vitamin C, raw jelly, vitamin C. And again, you can put that right directly under your eye. Okay, I'm getting all these pop-ups on here from people. So, in addition to that, hi Bonnie, how are you? Thank you for joining me. Couldn't get into play. Oh, you can't get into play. Oh, I don't understand. Okay. Anyway, if you're having trouble seeing it, Bonnie, from the beginning, you should, you know, after it ends, you'll be able to see the whole thing over. That's the wonderfulness of Facebook, right? Okay, so we're looking at also vitamin E, and vitamin E is extra hydration. And all of these that I'm showing you are serums. They are serums, and you can use 1, you can use 2, you can use 3. And they basically say if you're using all 3, you need to give them time to be able to absorb, and you can use them in order of the alphabet. So you'd use the A, the C, and then the E. But again, giving them plenty of time to absorb. And that is part of the treatment. That's the thing to help repair, okay? Love them. And you can actually get each one of these individually right now for $29, and that's just for the next few days, okay? Because the March specials are out the door on the 31st. Now, here again, we've got some other tricks that you can do. Here's what I have found works for me, okay? Because yes, I do have the heredity. Yes, I do have the loss of collagen. Yes, I do have the discoloration. Yes, sometimes I even get the baggy eyes from not getting enough sleep, from allergies or whatever. Before I go on to that, so I do want to show you a little trick about the baggy eyes. Okay. If you are using one of the serums, it's really helpful to work in an inward outward motion. So using either your ring fingers or your middle fingers, because they have the less amount of pressure, starting on the inner corner and just working the serum in, pressing it in and out, always pressing it in and out till you get past the outside of your eyes. And the reason for that is because part of the baggy, some of it is the loss of collagen and the skin is looser. But also part of it is fluid retention. So you want to give it the opportunity to just come on out of there and get to what's called one of the drainage points. One of the drainage points. Yes, indeedy. That drainage points. So here we go. Going on to what I do, my little tricks and trends little things that I've discovered that works good for me. Now here it is, ladies. Back off of the primer. Back off of the primer. Do not use so much primer. I'm putting it, I put a dime size on my hand, not less than a dime size, and that's way too much. And for both eyes, it's way too much. Okay. And I put it on the back of my hand because I wanted to kind of warm up a little bit. And so I'll even, before I go to put on there, I'll tap it around a little bit so that my skin temperature can help it warm just a little bit to make it go where I want it. Okay. Now we have awesome eye primers that I put up here. Now, eye primers to hold your makeup on, your eyeshadow, they are going to absorb oil because, yes, this is the oiliest part of your body, and that is magnificent. And sometimes it's appropriate to even put a little bit down there if you're wanting to hold your eyeshadow here and there. But in the beginning, I suggest you use a regular primer that you use on your face. A lot less than you're probably using. Pat it so that it warms up a little bit. And you see, I'm taking so very little off of what you can't even see it. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up because I'm going to use this finger to show you the reason why I look up. Okay. I'm going to just lightly put this finger on here with my eye looking up. Then I'm going to look down. Now I'm going to look back up. Now I'm going to look down. You see the finger just naturally move because that is what that eyelid does. It goes up, goes down. So if you want to get the primer to just completely cover those creases, you need to kind of look up and pat it in. Yes, you can use a brush. I like to use my finger so that I can kind of just feel. I want to know that I'm not putting, first of all, too much on. I don't want to get it too much to the edge of my eye. And I just want to get it where it's able to control the creases. Very simple. Back off, look up, warm it up, lighten it up. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to look up. I'm going to scoot it over and just get it where I need it. Okay? Now that's the primer part for the under eyes to deal with the creasing. And then I actually pat it to make sure that I have it in there. Paper towels are wonderful things, ladies. Wow, for some reason I've become very popular right as I came online today by people who are very important to me. So I can't quite ignore it, right? What is it? What do you want? Well, okay, I guess they've gone. So what I then do is, you have a variety of different awesome concealers nowadays. I showed you the color correction one. And I oftentimes, this is my personal compact. That's why it's white. The newer compacts are brown or aubergine, rather. As you see, it's been well used. So what I generally do is I'll take just a dab of the orange, because this orange actually is kind of a little too orange for me. So I kind of mix it a little bit. So I'm going to put it, just dab a little under my eye. Very lightly. So lightly. It's not, I'm not even hardly feeling it. Now, you know, we see the wonderful young ladies on YouTube doing, you know, like bam, 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 and baking and all of that stuff. But all of that stuff gets into your creases and makes them bigger and makes them much more noticeable. Okay? Much more noticeable. I didn't mean to close that yet, because what I'm going to actually do now is I'm going to take the little lighter color there, and I'm going to go over the orange for me, because the orange is just slightly off for me, just slightly. And again, I'm doing it very lightly, very lightly. I mean, you would just be shocked at how light it is, because that's the point. Lighten up, lighten it up, ladies. And as you see, you can tell a difference already. You can tell quite a bit of difference already in terms of the coloring. Now, because I have the shadow and the discoloration, I do a third step with this. And I use our Skin Defense Concealer Broad Spectrum. It comes in a tube. And this one is just a slight bit lighter than my complexion, just slightly. And that's the important part about it. Hello, beautiful. Okay. I'll be done soon. We're on spring break. We're having a fun time. Okay, so you see how tiny that is? Really? Is that all you're going to use, Sharon? Yeah, that's all I'm going to use, and that's all I'm going to use on both eyes. Both eyes. Again, putting it on my hand, giving it the opportunity to warm up a little bit. Then I'm going to dab it, and I'm going to not put it all over my eyes. I'm going to go just to the area that has the discoloration, right in here, okay? I'm not going to go over here, because if I lighten that up anymore, then it's going to be off tone, because right now that tone is like almost perfect. So I'm going to go right there, and I'm just going to tap, tap, tap it in place. I do not want it by any means get it over into the other part of my eye. So you see? Then I'm going to take that little bit I had left, and I'm going to go on the other corner and tap it down, and just tap, tap, tap it into that little discoloration. Okay? And this is not going to seep into the creases. And the reason it's not going to seep into the creases is because I've primed the creases so that to give me a smooth palette. Okay, I have already got my creases. I've beat my creases, okay, as the girls say. I've already got them under control. It's not. Nyla, kind of turn it down a little bit. So let me put the light more on me so you can see if that might make it even worse for you to tell, huh? Maybe take it away. But you see those, that's quite a bit of difference than what we started with, right? Okay. So the point is, lighten up, ladies. Don't use so much concealer under the eyes. Work with what your situation is. If it's loss of collagen, you want to provide your skin with some good serums that are going to help with that. If it's hydration, you want to provide it with extra hydration. And if it is discoloration, you want to also give it like the spot treatments, serums. Okay. And if you need all three, you need all three. No big deal. That is how to deal with the creasing under your eyes and the crease in the bags, which is to work it outward to the drainage areas. You know, our eyes, our sinuses, our nose, they all drain. All that drains. And just by giving it a little helping hand is wonderful. Now, in the summertime, not the summertime, in the springtime, when my allergies get really, really, really bad, and I did not put a eye treatment on, but I do this religiously twice a day. But when it's springtime and the allergies are really at their worst, I keep an eye treatment in the refrigerator so that it's cold to help with if there's any swelling or anything like that. Now, this is what I'm talking about in terms of under the eyes. Now, because it's spring break and I have an awesome little girl waiting on me, I'm going to come back later tonight and show you how to work with your eyeshadow and deal with what they're calling crepey skin on your eyes, showing you how you can work with that and still even enjoy a little bit of sparkle and a little bit of shine. So this is SharenD signing off. If you have any questions, drop me a line. Send me a private message if you're interested in any of those serums, or if you're interested in the imperfection compacts. We've got a lot of really great things going on this month. They'll be ending really soon, but we have some great things coming in April as well, and you don't want to miss out. So thank you for joining me to try to keep it very brief, because who wants to look at makeup videos all day? But I am going to come back later tonight and do the eyes. I'm going to show you this great look with this new line that we have that will allow even us ladies over 50 to have a little bit of spark and a little bit of shine. Have a great day, and I will see you later. Oh, hey, be sure to share this out. I know there's lots of women that need to hear about this. As many people have asked for this video. Share, because sharing is caring.